Hey, welcome back to the Big Rancho. As always, thank you for joining me. If you could, hit that subscribe button down below and let's get right to it. Now, the other day I brought you the story of a racist newspaper owner down in Alabama who wrote a little op-ed in his little newspaper calling for the Klan to write again. You know, to incite violence and to intimidate people that thought differently, who have different political views, different lifestyles than him. And I'll talk to you about how violent and disgusting it was to try and use violence and intimidation to get your point across, to push your political views. Well, today I bring you another story. A story that shows you that intolerance isn't just a right-wing thing. It's not just a thing that happens on the right. It happens on the left, too. A man by the name of Hayden Williams was on the campus of UC Berkeley last week. He happens to be a conservative activist. He works with Turning Point USA. He was trying to start a new chapter of Turning Point on the UC Berkeley campus. Now, if you don't know what Turning Point USA is, Turning Point USA is a leadership organization geared towards making leaders or future leaders in the conservative movement. That's the whole point in Turning Point USA. And you know by watching my videos, I'm no conservative. I don't agree with most conservative policies. And I don't really like what some of these conservative groups do and what they support. But at the same time, they're free to have to say what they want to say. Now, yeah, your freedom of speech isn't free from criticism, but it should be free from violence. There is no excuse on either side for there to be violence. But according to the police report, Hayden Williams was sitting at a table. And he was sitting there trying, signing people up. Some people were interested. Some people weren't. Some people were offended by his sign. He had a sign taped to his little table stating, "Hate crime hoaxes hurt real victims." He was informed by somebody that was inciting violence by stating a fact. The fact is, by having a hoax, as that Jesse Smollett BS turned out to be, you hurt real victims. You hurt real victims of real hate crimes that happen every day in this country. Real hate crimes. Yet, some liberal folks lost their minds there on the campus of UC Berkeley last week. They flipped his table, punched him in the face, and started beating him up, trying to steal his cell phone because he was recording it all. Now, I don't understand where people think violence is the best solution. At the end of the day, I may not like your political views, but I'm not going to punch you in the face. I'm not going to beat you up. I'm not even going to try. Because not only am I disabled and not able to do that, it's just not in me. It's not what I believe. I don't believe you punch people or beat people up because they disagree with you politically. Now, I have plenty of friends who support the notion of punching Nazis. But I support a different theory. I support the idea that you come together and you talk about your differences and you work your differences out. That is the only way that you're going to solve a problem in this world. Violence only creates more violence. That's it. When there's violence on the right, it creates more people on the left that are angry. When there's violence on the right caused by the people on the left, it makes more people on the right angry. It makes more people on the right lash out. It makes more people on the left lash out. And it's around and around and around we go. This is America. We are free to have our own views, our own political opinions. We should be free from violence for having those. I don't care how disgusting those political views are. I don't support violence. There's plenty of violence in this world. We don't have to add to it for having violence in our political discourse. I see it as vile and disgusting. Violence and intimidation will not win the day. Understanding and logical arguments will. So whoever you are, whether you're a conservative or a liberal, whether you agree with other people or not, At least have an understanding that they're Americans too, that we're all in this together. You know, this is just something that makes me sick. I'm so sick and tired of the violent rhetoric and the violence people are spewing in this country. I do my best to stay away from that kind of thing. I don't want to incite violence on anybody. I don't want anybody hurt. I don't want anybody injured or punched or anything. I don't want people being assaulted. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. And also, next week, if you've made it this far, next week is going to be a slightly different week. I won't be having as long of videos. I'll probably have like a few 1 to 2 minute videos just on random little rants because I will be doing some other things. My wife is off that week, and so we're going to be doing other stuff, and I won't necessarily have time to be keeping up with all the news. Now, if something major happens, some big news drops, like the Mueller report comes out or something like that, I'll be right here to bring you that information. But otherwise, unless something important happens, I won't be doing much on this channel. But I will be dropping some new videos will be scheduled to drop throughout the week. So check those out. Anyways, this has been The Big Rant Show. I've been your host, Jacob Keck, and I'll see you down the road.